In the previous session, you learned how to create a business application for a WebSphere J2E application. You learned that you can expand a business application by merging compositions created from different selectors, or by creating manual dependencies. However, creating separate grouping patterns for every J2E application may be a tedious task. Therefore, in this session, I will show you how to create a universal grouping pattern that is able to build many business applications automatically. As you can see, this is the same database I was using in the previous session. I'll go directly to the grouping pattern list. Here among the other grouping patterns, we see the one created in the previous session. I won't edit this one, but I'll create a new one. So I click New. What I will try to achieve is to design a grouping pattern generating a separate business application for every J2E application deployed on every application server in our environment. So let's fill in the required fields. Let's create a new selector. I'll name it generic J2EE selector and add a description. And then go to the query editor. We don't want to manually select all J2E applications. That would take a long time. What's more, we want newly added J2E applications to be automatically managed by our grouping pattern. That's why I'll use an MQL query. An MQL query for J2E applications would look like this. By default, the grouping name expression is set to resolve to pattern name. But remember, the grouping name expression will resolve to the business application name, which is used not only for display purposes, but first and foremost for the unique key identifying the business application. So if I left the name expression resolving to pattern name, only one business application would be created, containing all J2E applications. This is not what we want. We want to create a separate business application for every J2E application. So, using the J2E application name in the name expression would be a much better option. Let's do this. This expression will return the core CI name as it is displayed. By core CI, I mean every element returned by an MQL or SQL query defined above, and also every manually chosen CI for instance-based selectors. And now I'll test how it looks. It doesn't look good. Names are long and messy. We want something shorter, sorted in the proper order, and easy to search through that long list of business applications. So I'll change the attribute from display name to its shorter name. And we'll test again. Alright, this looks better. Some names are duplicate, but that's okay. They are the instances of the same application deployed on more than one WebSphere server. But some of the J2E applications still do have not very friendly names. Two are just ear file names, and we want to remove at least the .ear suffix. So let's fix that by using regular expressions. What I've used here is the regular expression function, taking as its first argument our name, and one or more regular expressions. The first matching one will be evaluated. The first expression here is designed to drop the ear file suffix. results of the part in brackets will be the returned one. So just the .ear part will be dropped. The second expression returns the application name without changes. Now let's test it. You can see it's much better. But I know that we have applications with the same name in different environments. For example, on the test environment and the production environment. To distinguish such applications, we want to add to the prefix name the JBoss domain name or WebSphere cell name. To do this, I will add the following expression. I know that the parent of my application is the application server, and that the parent of the server is the JBoss domain or WebSphere cell. I also know that my WebSphere cell always have the name attribute set, but this is not true necessarily for a JBoss domain, for which I should read display name. To do this, I will use an OR expression. This will return the first of its arguments that is not null. All right, let's do another test. Okay, looks great, but I still want more pieces of information for my application name. Server type and a prefix that can easily distinguish two J2E based business applications from one another. So first let's do the prefix. It's very simple, just text. I also can add an expression returning pattern name, but I want something really short. And now I'll add the type, which I can find in the product name attribute available in the application server. Application servers are the parents of our J2E application, and I want to have it in square brackets. All right, let's test again. Oh, almost perfect. But the server type name is too long. I can see that for both WebSphere and JBoss, it would be sufficient to leave only the part of the word application. So I'll make one last small change. Right, once again, I've used the regular expression function to filter out the word application with a leading space and everything after it. If server type does not contain the word application, uncut type will be returned. Okay, one more test. And now it's perfect. That's all there is to it. I'll just save my grouping pattern. And now I will generate the new business application. Wait a few moments. And it's done. Let's see the results. We can see plenty of newly generated business applications. We can also see the names are consistent with what I have designed. Also keep in mind that the business application is also its unique key. So if we change the name, we will create a whole new business application instead of just changing the name of the existing one. There at the top is our eDayTrader application, but we already know how eDayTrader looks, so let's inspect another one. For example, billing. All right, here we can see the topology is quite similar to the eDayTrader application examined in the previous session. I won't repeat the examination performed in that session, just note that we can see 4 J2EE applications because the billing application is deployed on 4 different WebSphere servers. Now let's assume we are only interested in the hardware backing up our application. To make the picture clearer, I will filter out everything we don't need by using the filtering tool. In the filtering window, we can see the types of elements from our business application grouped by categories. We want to see only hardware, so I will filter out all software elements. All right, and confirm. Now we can see clearly that the billing application depends on 4 virtual computers, 3 Linux systems, and 1 Windows, virtualized on 3 separate VMware ESX machines, one of which connects to a storage system. If you want to see the CI details, just right-click and choose Show Details. Now, at the bottom of the window, we can examine all the details of our storage subsystem. We can also examine connections between business application elements. These connections are called paths. To examine a path, just right-click it and choose Show Details. In the Details pane, we can now see general information about the path, source and target names, together with their types in brackets. In the Routes pane, we can see detailed information about dependencies or common data model relations that were used by the composing engine to create a path between the 2 elements. In this case, we can see that it consists of a dependency of type uses, which just indicates that this ESX uses this storage subsystem. All right, let's summarize this session. In this session, you have seen a simple example explaining how to automatically create many business systems of common type by defining just one grouping pattern with one selector. You have also learned how to use a grouping name expression to generate unique, meaningful, and simple business application names. You saw how to filter a business application topology to see only elements that interest you at the moment. You also learned how to display the details of every business application element, as well as every path connecting the 2 elements. I hope that these video sessions help you to understand the concept of business applications, and that they will be a starting point for you for creating your own business application. This ends this demonstration. Thank you for your time.